You know that tightness in your chest when anxiety strikes? Those spinning thoughts that make sleep impossible? That ongoing preoccupation with what's ahead that takes away your now? What if I told you there's a single phrase, just 3 simple words, that has the power to dissolve anxiety the moment it appears? A phrase so powerful that neuroscientists have studied its effects on the brain, and what they discover will change how you deal with stress forever. Nevertheless, before I share these powerful words, you need to do something this instant. Click that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what you're about to learn could be the difference between living in constant worry and experiencing genuine peace of mind. This video originates from compiled scientific research from worldwide academic institutions and freely accessible public health materials, offering updated information particularly suited for individuals over 60. Now, let me ask you something honest. How many of your days have been dedicated to fretting over circumstances that never came to pass? How many magnificent moments passed you by as your consciousness remained stuck in either an invented future or a distressing past? What's true is that anxiety doesn't exist in the immediate present. It's impossible. Anxiety perpetually relates to either what could occur or what has occurred. It derives strength from time periods that have no current existence. And here's where everything changes. The sentence that vanquishes anxiety consists only of, "I am here now." 3 words, 9 letters total. Unlimited power. When you say these words with true awareness, something remarkable happens in your brain. Research utilizing functional MRI technology demonstrates that present focus awareness instantly decreases amygdala activity, the brain's anxiety hub, while concurrently boosting prefrontal cortex function, which governs logical thought and emotional control. However, this extends beyond mere neurochemistry. This involves recovering your life from the oppression of invented perils. Consider this carefully. At this specific point in time, are you well? Not in tomorrow's worries, not next week's concerns, not in those 3 a.m. mental scenarios. Presently, the answer usually turns out to be yes. Currently, you're breathing. In this instant, you're protected. Right now, you have everything you need to be present in this moment. Most people over 60 carry decades of accumulated worries. We've experienced sufficient life to understand that negative events occur. We've faced bereavement, frustrations, and physical health issues. Owing to these past events, our minds turn intensely vigilant, incessantly hunting for the next danger. This is what those in psychology identify as anticipatory anxiety, and it's incredibly tiring. It's similar to running an endless race without taking a step. Your body fails to recognize the distinction between real hazards and imaginary ones. When you worry about tomorrow's medical appointment, your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises, stress hormones flood your system, exactly as if the threat were happening right now. This continual stress isn't just unpleasant. It truly accelerates biological aging and undermines your immune response. Here's a significant finding that Harvard scientists uncovered. As people consistently cultivate present moment awareness, their systems yield reduced cortisol, the dominant stress hormone, and heightened DHA, frequently referred to as a longevity substance. Just by bringing your attention back to now, you're literally choosing health over disease, peace over chaos. I want to share a tale that captures this ideally. There lived a man called Robert, age 72, who spent every day engulfed in stress about a heart disease. Every dawn he rose to check his heartbeat, track every feeling, certain that each day might be his last. His partner saw him fading into the stress prison until one afternoon, positioned in his garden, he spotted a butterfly touching down on a neighboring flower. For just brief moments, his consciousness became fully peaceful. He wasn't worried about his heart. He wasn't thinking about tomorrow. He was only viewing this butterfly, entirely present at that time. And at that moment, he comprehended something meaningful. His stress wasn't shielding him. It was hindering him from living fully. From that day forth, anytime anxiety arose, he'd say to himself, I am here now, and move his attention to something in his immediate vicinity, a noise, a bodily feeling, his breathing. With time, this basic technique changed his existence more profoundly than any drug had. Right now, I'm asking you to halt this video for only 5 seconds and test this yourself. Articulate verbally, I am here now. Notice your body's contact with the chair. Observe the sensation of air on your skin. Listen to the sounds in your environment. Observe how swiftly your anxiety reduces when you authentically arrive in this moment. This isn't positive thinking or denial. This is something much more potent. It's what's real. This current moment is the only one that really exists. All other moments are either remembered or imagined. When you grasp this thoroughly, not just conceptually, but through living it, anxiety's control over you dissolves. You understand you've been distressed about things that literally have no current reality. And prior to moving forward, I need you to assist in sharing this message. Leave a comment with either the number 1 if this is making sense to you, or 0 if you're skeptical. Your participation assists this video in reaching people who truly need this information. At this point, let's explore how to employ this phrase successfully, especially when anxiety intensifies. The crucial point isn't wielding it as a tool against anxiety, attempting to push anxiety out. Instead, use it as an anchor, a gentle reminder to return home to the present moment. As you sense anxiety growing, pause briefly. Draw a gradual breath. Express I am here now, either audibly or within. Then bring your senses into play. What meets your eyes? What's audible to you? What sensations do you notice? This simple practice interrupts the anxiety spiral before it gains momentum. Scientific brain studies confirm that being entirely present and entirely anxious simultaneously cannot occur. These are mutually incompatible conditions. Presence eliminates anxiety just as light eliminates darkness, not by struggling, but merely by existing there. For us above 60, this practice holds special value because we typically hold not just today's worries, but also accumulated stress from a lifetime of trials. We might worry about health, about finances, about our children or grandchildren, about losing independence. These represent authentic worries, but being anxious about them solves nothing. It merely stops us from appreciating the positive moments remaining. Acting addresses problems. Presence gives us peace. Worrying delivers neither. Here's what makes this phrase exceptionally powerful. It operates right away, costs 0, has no adverse reactions, and you can apply it everywhere, always. So this is your challenge. Each time you detect anxiety emerging, employ the phrase, I am here now. Say it with awareness. Come back to your senses. And this is my ask for you right now.